And now I want to see if we can try something. I want to see if we can try and have you create your own spaceship right there on the beach. I want you to imagine in front of you what if you were to have a spaceship, how would you like it to look? It could look like the Jetsons style. It can look like Star Trek. It could look big. It could be any style you imagine your own a spaceship cruiser. So we're going to take a trip around through time and space, and we're going to make your own special space time travel UFO, something like that. So I want you to tell me if you can imagine in front of you a spacecraft.
Oh yeah, I wanted one my whole life.
So tell me, what do you see?
I am so mad at myself because I can't remember the architect's name. There was a guy that would design these pod alien houses. People lived in them. They were actual houses in the 60s. There's not many of them left today, but it looks like that. It's like 60s futuristic, and it looks like a small kind of pod with circular windows, and it's silver, and it has circular windows around it, and around the circles are red, like the accents are red.
Beautiful. And does this look like a small spacecraft for a few people or a large one for like a city?
Small, it was small.
Okay, so I want you to imagine yourself getting into the spacecraft, and tell me, how do you enter it?
Just like on the movies, there's a little shuttle thing that comes down, the steps, little door opens from the pod, and there's steps built in, and you walk in the steps, up the steps are like 3 steps, maybe 4. Then you walk up into it.
So let me ask you, what does Nikki's spaceship look like? Is there music playing as soon as you walk in? What does it look like? And if it's not decorated, are you able to decorate it? And tell me how that looks, and explain to me as you go.
It is decorated to the nines. It is velvet on the inside, red velvet. Like the accents on the outside to match on the inside. It is red velvet. And whenever you stepped into the steps on the inside, it was into a conversation pit. So whenever the door shuts, there's like, you're in the conversation pit, and you can walk up out of there. But it's almost like wall to wall instead of carpet. It's like really nice velvet. And then inside the conversation pit, it is like a shag rug that's orange. It's beautiful. It's great. And there are these lights around it that are really warm. Like the lighting looks really warm, and they kind of just go around the outside. There's like tubing of some sort. It's like a pod, not a pod. It's like tubing that just lines it circularly the whole way, and that's kind of the light source. And it's lit up in there, but not in an abrasive way. It's kind of like this like orange glowing light in there.
Beautiful. So what is there like a control panel to drive it, or is there like some type of a high-tech Siri that runs the ship for you?
You don't even have to do anything. Yeah, it just kind of runs it for you. There's not a control room or anything like that. It really is just a panel on a side where you can directionally change things, but there's not, it's kind of an autopilot mode. It's very, there's not, yeah, it's not something that you control manually.
So it's not like Star Trek. You don't have no cute little seat with the little driving wheel.
Oh, no seat.
No, okay. Interesting. Okay, interesting, because I was on a UFO that had orange shaggy carpet too.
Really?
Yeah, in one of my dreams. So I was like, very, very interesting. What about the walls? What do the walls look like?
The walls continue with that velvet about halfway up. It's kind of segmented at the halfway point of the pod to where that the velvet goes up the walls to that point. And then the other half of the wall, which is continues in the ceiling, it's just pretty plain. It's just metal, but it's like a It's silver on the outside, but it's not silver on the inside. It's almost like it's so weird. It's like silver and gold at the same time. Not a glittery one, but it's almost like, I don't want to say changes back and forth to silver and gold. It's so hard to explain. It's not like it's like a silver and gold at the same time. Like when the light hits it, the lights make it like a warmer color. That warms up the metal. Like if you would have the lights off, it would be silver. Whenever you turn the lights on, it looks like gold.
Beautiful. Okay. Is there one level to this, or is there a couple rooms?
No, there's one level, it's just one big, huge room.
Okay. So there's no like refrigerator, no snacks aboard, nothing to eat on there for you, or any drinks, beverages, bathroom, none of that stuff.
I mean, there's I feel like it's all like the Jetsons, like pills, you know, it's not like you're getting a feast, you're sitting down at a table. Whatever is there, it is just simply, it's not for enjoyment. It's just to sustain you on this journey. It's not like you're eating a meal and it's comforting. It's just kind of like these little pill supplements thing that come out of the wall. And it will just sustain you for the time that you're there. But it's not some big elaborate like food or meal or feast or anything. And you know, so then not a whole lot really comes out of you. I mean, you still have to go to the bathroom and there's a toilet, but it's kind of like a jail toilet. It's not like it's not cute. The toilet's not cute. It's purposeful. That's all.
Interesting. All right. That's cool. Interesting. Nice to know. Nice to know. Okay. So, all right. So let's see if we can take a ride on this journey. I want you to do me a favor and look at yourself. Have you aged at all since you've gone onto the ship? Are you a little older? Or I just want to make sure if I'm taking a kid on his journey, I got to make sure.
I just say it because I do feel older now. I'm not little anymore.
Look down at your hands and your feet. What do they look like? Older or younger?
They're older. Like I'm a teenager now.
Okay, cool. So I want to also try something. I want you to imagine that I am going to accompany you, and in a few moments, I'm going to be pulling up next to your UFO on a cool beach cruiser and a big purple hat, and let me know if this is possible, and let me know if I'm able to walk up and join you. So look out your window and tell me if you can see me out there.
In a big purple hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Tell me, what do you see?
It looks, I mean, it almost looks like an Aerosmith hat with like a feather.
Really?
And then it looks like one of those, I don't know what they call it. They call it a side by side. It's some type of vehicle. There's four wheels, and it's very much like a beach vehicle, and it's yellow and purple. It kind of matches like your whole thing that you have on. And there's no doors or windows. You know, it's almost just like these metal bars. Like I don't know what those vehicles are called. People have stuff. They cruise around. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like that.
And how does it look seeing me pull up there? How's that feel and look like for you?
I mean, you were just booking it across the state.
All right, so I want you to open the door, push one of your magic buttons and open the door and let me aboard so I can come with you on this journey.
Okay, come on up.
And I'll describe everything. Tell me what you're doing and if I enter.
Oh yeah, I push there's a button and it lets the door down. And then you get out of your car, or it's not a car, I don't know what the vehicle's called, but the boxy metal thing. And then you get up, you're coming up the steps and you board the ship, and then I push the same button and it makes the steps go up and kind of, you know, secure us in there then.
So how does that feel seeing me? I want to give you a hug and a high five and all that. Do I do all that?
Yes, yes. Give me a hug.
Yes. All right. Let's go on a journey together. All right. So I really, really want to go back to ancient Greek, Greek times when they had these Greek gods, when everything was flourishing, these times. So we're gonna have you set the coordinates on your dashboard there to ancient Greek times, and we're gonna see if we can um, go through time and space and land in the times of the Greek gods, because I really want to try to connect with Medusa and find out her story. So that's the plan. And let's see what you do. Tell me what happens and describe everything along the way.
Okay, so we set the course for that. We set the course for Greek mythology and Medusa. And it feels like we're kind of just, yeah, we're going through, I guess we're going through time. It's just we're it just looks like specks, going past us. And then
Does it look like a tunnel?
it kind of looks like a tunnel. Yeah, like imagine you're in outer spaces, you would normally think of it like darkness within stars. So these little specks of white, and then it just gets faster. So then it kind of like blur out. And then it just kind of slows down and like easily hesitates, and then gets to kind of like a stopping point. Are we supposed to do landing? We're gonna land.
What do you see out the window?
You can't see a whole lot. We're still up. It looks the same as before.
Do you see planets or anything like that? Stars?
I just see stars like specks, maybe they're planets, but they just look like specks. They're not really distinguishable.
And what am I doing while you're driving and us through this?
We're just checking it out, just looking out the window in awe of like, oh.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna come to a time and place where we are there with the Greek gods and Medusa and them. So we're gonna slow down. We're gonna come to a slow and be there now, and let me know what do you see all around you, and give as many details as you can. And let me